the Southern African Music Rights Organization, or SAMRO, has distributed 242 million rand for the radio and general category in the financial year of 2024. And to tell us about what this means, particularly for artists, we're joined on the line by General Manager for Sales and Licensing at SAMRO, Karabo Senna, joins us on the line. Karabo, very good morning to you.
Thank you for the invite and good morning.
Thank you for your time. So tell us about this. It sounds quite significant, this collection of a distribution of 242 million rand for the radio and general category. What exactly does this mean?
Yeah, so firstly, obviously it's coming from a base from the previous year of just about 149 million rands. Mm-hmm. So that is why it is such a significant turnaround. And what it means essentially, because it's that it means more money is able to go to those creators that, write the music that we so love and listen to, because that's who SAMRO actually focuses on. The people that the composers and the authors of music. And, one never really appreciates to say that these people actually put their hearts into all these creations and they put it out there. And, we have to thank, obviously, not just the creatives themselves, but the people that make this possible are obviously our partners, from a broadcasting perspective, the likes of Prime Media, as well as then, you noted that we're speaking about radio and also the general part that speaks to, your apparel sort of stores, as well as, your favorite grocery stores, anywhere where you go and you hear music and these respective businesses are licensed. Those are the biggest contributors to making this, massive shift so that, musicians can actually earn a living from writing their music.
Mm. And so, Karabo, are we seeing greater compliance from people who use licensed content like music, for instance? And or are we seeing SAMRO being able to collect more of the money that is due as royalties?
That's a very good question because, from our perspective, we have seen compliance increase, but I will definitely assure you it's nowhere to a point where we would like it to be. So we have seen, even entities that previously had music, but maybe not in all their, sort of like premises. They've decided to sort of broaden that a bit because of our engagements with them. But in terms of new sort of entrants where, they are users of music, but now they're seeking to comply, the uptake is still very slow on that side. But we are comfortable to say that the significant parties that use music at this moment, we are identifying them as, being willing to actually comply and do the right thing. But we still want to encourage those that, at this point in time still use music, but are not necessarily following the letter of the law and complying, to say that, they need to engage us because it is not as tedious as people think. And it's the right thing to do at the end of the day, making sure that your business is a good corporate citizen and complies with all the legal requirements, of the country. So that is essentially where we are focusing. And obviously the aim is to make sure that in future we can still, improve. And it's not about just, stagnating where we are because there's still a lot that is unlicensed and, but the usage is still taking place out there.
And also just very quickly, the role of your music recognition technology, how that's contributed to this number?
Yeah. So part of collecting is not just collecting money because one can collect money but not necessarily know who to pay. So the impact in which, now we are, deploying technology is to make sure that we are also able to pay the right party. So you would have noticed that, we are essentially saying we are able to identify just about 99% of music used, which is something that is a feat on itself because it's not just the commercial music that people would recognize, but it's also what we call production music. So, the jingle that somebody would play in an advert and the like. So that's more of the, complicated side of music. But beyond that, we also have paid out just over 86%. So meaning it's not just identifying, but making sure that you actually pay real people money. It actually reaches their pockets. Mm-hmm. So the crux of, the use of technology that assists us in making sure that we don't just brag about these massive revenue numbers, but the money doesn't reach the people. So we are making sure that the money actually reaches the artists or the creators that created that content.
Yeah. Karabo, I must thank you very much for your time this morning. It's been great having you on the show.
Thanks a lot, Gugu.
That is General Manager of Sales and Licensing at SAMRO, Karabo Senna, joining us this morning.